Have you ever heard the story of the man who became a legend, not through war or conquest, but through kindness? This isn't just any fairy tale, it's the story of Tobias, a name whispered with respect in every corner of a distant, sprawling kingdom. Once upon a time, nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a kind and gentle man named Tobias. He wasn't a king, a knight, or a wizard with grand powers. He was simply a man with a heart as vast as the kingdom itself. His reputation for wisdom and generosity preceded him, traveling on the winds from the humblest village to the most magnificent castle. Tobias was a beacon of help for everyone. He saw no difference between the poorest peasant, whose clothes were patched and worn, and the mightiest king, adorned in gold and velvet. If a farmer's crop failed, Tobias would be there, not just with a sack of grain, but with knowledge of a new planting technique to ensure the next harvest was bountiful. He understood that true generosity wasn't just giving what you have, but sharing what you know. The local villagers adored him. They would often say, "A conversation with Tobias is worth more than a pouch of gold." He had a unique ability to listen, to truly hear the troubles of others, and offer advice that was both practical and profound. He didn't just solve problems, he empowered people to solve their own. When two neighbors argued over a property line, Tobias wouldn't just draw a new one. He would sit with them, share a loaf of bread, and help them find common ground, reminding them that a good neighbor is a treasure far greater than a few extra feet of land. Even the king, a powerful and sometimes stern ruler, sought Tobias's counsel. When the kingdom faced a great drought, the king's advisors proposed raising taxes and rationing what little water was left. But the king, troubled, summoned Tobias. Tobias arrived not with charts and figures, but with a simple story about a forest that survived a fire because its deepest roots shared water with one another. He proposed a kingdom-wide effort, not of rationing, but of sharing. He organized teams to dig deeper wells, create irrigation channels from the mountains, and taught ancient techniques for conserving water. The people, inspired by his leadership and the king's support, worked together. They didn't just survive the drought, they emerged from it more unified and resilient than ever before. Tobias's wisdom was his greatest gift. He taught that strength isn't just about the power you wield, but the burdens you help others to lift. He showed that true wealth isn't measured in coins, but in the gratitude and respect you earn. He didn't build an army or a fortress. He built a community founded on trust and mutual support. His influence grew, not from a throne, but from his humble home, which was always open to those in need. He became a kind of godfather to the entire kingdom, a protector and guide. People didn't come to him out of fear, but out of love and respect. They knew he would always be fair, always be kind, and always have their best interests at heart. He created a legacy not of power, but of compassion. The story of Tobias reminds us that the greatest leaders are not always the ones who command, but the ones who serve, and that a single act of kindness can ripple outwards, transforming a village, a kingdom, and the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this story today. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more tales that inspire and uplift. See you next time.